In the fall of 2012, the Federal Trade Commission appealed to the American people on how to solve robocall problems. Robocall is a big business for criminals and it's a big headache for us. But before we can solve a problem, we need to identify the problem, then we can provide a solution. First, we need to know what is a robocall. Robocall defines as a machine on the other end. So when you hear your phone rings, you pick up the phone and you hear a pre-recorded message. That is a robocall. The problem with robocall is that 1, we don't know where the calls come from, and 2, the call can be made anywhere around the globe, and that's outside US jurisdiction. It could be some guy sitting somewhere in the Pacific Ocean and make a phone call to you. So we need to figure out a way how to defend ourselves. Friendly calls we want to go through, but unwanted call we want to block it. So this is my solution. All calls go through a filter. I break down the phone call into 3 categories. The first category is type 1. These are the people that you know. Type 2, people you don't know. And type 3 is a robocaller. This presentation concentrates on type 3. Regardless of calls, all of them go through the filter. And depending on how you set it up, your phone can ring, it can reject the call, or it sends straight to voicemail. Setup is simple. All you need is a computer, a caller ID service, and a caller ID voice modem. Some computers already have a modem built in, so you don't need one. But if you don't have one, you need to get one in order to make the system work. You can get internal or external modem. Let us look at how a robocall works in the real world. For this demonstration, I'm going to use my software to make a phone call so that you can see how the software responds in the real world. In this case, I'm going to fake the caller ID so that it's going to show up as FTC. So here we go, real test. As you can see, it detects the call as FTC 202 326.
FTC Robocall challenge prototype. Please use the telephone buttons to answer the following question. What is 13 plus 1?
It asks what is 13 plus 1, so I'm gonna say 7.
You press 7. Wrong. Please try to input the correct answer again. What is 13 plus 1?
13 plus 1, I'm gonna say 2.
You press 2. Wrong. Please try to input the correct answer again. What is 13 plus 1?
13 plus 1. Now remember, I'm a robocaller, so I'm a machine. I won't be able to understand this instruction. So I'm gonna press some random number again, 8.
Thank you for testing FTC Robocall challenge prototype. Bye-bye.
So as you can see, the software, by the way, when I press that last command, it didn't go through. The reason was that I was talking and the software assuming that you are a machine, you don't understand the instruction, and therefore it disconnects the call. And if I look at my database here, as you can see, it called on line 1. It was an incoming call. It logs the call as FTC 202 326 2222 at 2:01 in the morning. The duration of the call and the notes here, I can type whatever the notes I want. So you can type whatever the notes you want, it's up to you. And that's it. So even though it's a fake caller ID, my system still catch it. In this demonstration, I'm going to pretend to be a robocaller using the ILS caller ID information. So on the caller ID, it's going to display this 800-829-1040. Let's see if my software can handle that. So here we go. This is a real test.
Welcome to FTC Robocall Challenge prototype. Please use the telephone buttons to answer the following question. What is 5 plus 1?
It asks what is 5 plus 1, but because this is a robocaller, it won't be able to answer the question, and so the system will disconnect the call.
Thank you for testing FTC Robocall Challenge prototype. Bye-bye.
So as you can see, because I wasn't able to answer that simple question, the software disconnected the call. And the reason is that when a robocall make the call, we are assuming that it's the machine on the other end, and therefore the machine won't be able to respond to that simple question. Just 5 plus 1, it doesn't know what's the answer. So for that reason, my software disconnected the call, and the information you see down here, this is when it ends the call, and the call was about 27 seconds online. And if you look here, call on line 1, incoming call, the ILS telephone number, the call make at 8 p.m., duration of the call, and the notes, you can type whatever you want. That's it. So the software works. It's able to identify human and machine. And if it's a machine, it handles the call accordingly, depending on how you want to set it up.